While American kids dreamed of bombs, learned to crawl under desks before most of us were born, Stanley Kubrick produced Dr. Strangelove, a satire, an anti-war movie, a movie about a Nazi anti-hero, a movie about how masculinity causes war. I knew nothing of movies, bombs, or war. I was herding sheep in the mountains of New England. George Eversfield had brought together a group. They would have told you they were the only ones going to heaven. Today, they'd be cultists, doomsday preppers, living on a farm, getting ready for the end of days. The adults gave their kids to George. He made sure we knew how to march for hours, about face, company halt. Marching, such a necessary skill at the end of days. They gave out education in tiny wooden spoons, and then not at all. Mostly we worked in the fields of the Lord. The splay of children across the long acres till dark, weeding out the corn. They didn't tell us we were going to be bombed, nothing terrible like bombs. We learned a little about war, the Civil War, cannons, horses, the slaves were freed. There was World War II and I. Big wars were fought with big guns. We heard about a bomb dropped on Japan. Were there more made after that? A few, here and there. What we worried about was the end, the tribulation. It was going to be a confusing time because everyone would be coming up to Christians and trying to get us to put the 666 number on our foreheads. We would be saying, no, I don't want to. It's evil. Why is it evil? It's just a number, I asked, raising my hand. Get over here, you little rat, Joyce screams. And I think she might just have an aneurysm and die. She's screaming at the top of her lungs. She starts to hit me about the legs and shoulders. She's hitting me with a stick. I'm protecting my face, and finally she says, get out of here. You go and come back in a couple of days. Why don't you go and practice for the tribulation? I grab my sleeping bag and go. It's many years later that I've seen Dr. Strangelove, and I know that George, who ran our cult, is Dr. Strange and Love. He ran a cult of many women. Most of the men left. His own wife left him. He took on a concubine who had been his daughter's best friend. She was 30 years younger than him. George was always waited on by a bevy of women, like Dr. Strangelove. He dreamed toward an end-of-the-world scenario that involved many young women and himself. Out with my sleeping bag, I go to the woods. In Dr. Strangelove's Wargasm, we have General Buck. I go to sleep with the deer and hope there won't be bear. Years later, I heard a New York poet read a poem about walking through the forest and hearing either a deer or a bear. There's a difference, I thought, between prey and predator, and in the woods you would know it, and that's how you survive the apocalypse or the end of times, but you wouldn't know that coming from New York. I wake in my sleeping bag by a stream to a sound in the woods. It's a porcupine climbing. I will need to find something to eat. People always think you can fish in streams. Yeah, right, and then you just start cooking? I will find apples and blueberries. If I go see the drunk man down the way, he might give me saltines. Last time I was there, he was naked. I was not afraid. In a fight, he's going down. Besides, he doesn't want to fight. He needs me to help him. I'm a natural helper to drunk folks. Maybe, I think, when I grow up, I can marry someone who is drunk. I will already know what to do. Mr. Whipple has his pants on when I arrive. Another sporting day in paradise. Do you think we will be asked to put 666 on our forehead? I ask him. I can't think yet, he says. Come on. How many? 6. Some mornings, his hands are too arthritic to open a beer, probably all for the best. He gives me saltines. I eat 20 of them. What a great breakfast. Dr. Strangelove, you dreamed of women, of the bomb, of sheltering from the bomb. George wanted to run his little world. Mr. Whipple wanted a young girl's hands to open the beer morning after morning until he died. The road stretched away from Mr. Whipple's house down the mountain. When I finally ran away, I walked down that road with my sleeping bag, harmonica, $2, my dog. I found a library. Someone took me into her attic and gave me a job taking care of her son. She had a spinning wheel, a house full of books. I ate honey at her house out of the jar. I'd been waiting for honey all my life. I walked away with no driver's license or social security number. I thought any time now someone might kill me, but they didn't. I lived. Were there more drunken men? Reader, I tell you, they were everywhere. I went to ASU, to California. I grew up wanting to save. What other models did I have? They came for me. I had children with them, raised children with them. Margaritas and champagne washed through all my fairy tales. I dreamed of libraries, streams, of books and sunlight between them. I dreamed of sitting in that sunlight. I dreamed of being my own strange love.